definitely time for an upgrade. I've had this culture of Scabers since May. So it's, what, 9 months old? And I've already taken quite a few of these guys out of here. But this is how much substrate I've got. And that is how much space is left up until the top. I mean, that's a lot of Isopod poo. And I'm feeding these guys once a week right now. Just fed them last night. But they've also been going through leaves like mad. I notice a lot of people don't tend to give their pods a lot of leaves, but mine just go crazy. Not in the summer, not so much. I noticed you could go like forever and they wouldn't eat the leaves. I also had a bunch of moss in here. And that's that's all that's left of that black veining. And they go through cuttlebone like mad. Look at these little boogers. So I'm constantly replacing the cuttlebone. Look at that. This is a particularly soft type of cuttlebone. I just put that piece in there probably last week. Maybe a couple of weeks ago. I think it was last week though. And they get Isopod chow and what else was in here? There's an old flower bud. Throw in some insects, dried insects. And this is all built up with isopoo. So many pods. But there's lots of springtails in here, and then there's lots of mankai in here, so it's like, well, what am I going to do with all this deep litter stuff here? I can't just throw it in, you know, with other, you know, bins. Of course, the thing is these guys are finding ways to get out and get into any other bins they want to as well, because the closer up this got, what did I just see? Is that a Dalmatian? That's a nice one. But anyway, the closer, wow, that is a nice one. I don't know if that's a koi or a Dalmatian. That is a sweet patterned creature there. Anyway, I always have a habit of distracting myself. It's that guy alive or dead. That's another thing. Anything that drops dead in here, they eat, and that becomes part of the soil again. That one looks like it's kaput to me. Nature's little cleanup crew. They will clean everything, including dead comrades. There's a, they've transported that from the feed section. That's a dried mealworm, I believe. But, so yeah, the closer up this got to the top, and I'm still adding leaves, they're escaping from the holes. So I really need to do all of my bins over and get some mesh on here, because I've got people where they don't belong. I now have Scaber bins that were supposed to be just Dalmatian. Unless Dalmatian can throw calico or koi, I now have even more Lotto mix bins than before because they've gone and mixed themselves. Doesn't matter, they're Scabers. I don't mind having Lotto mixes. I don't necessarily have to keep them separate. You know, a lot of people want to buy them separate. I like the mixes myself. I like the jelly beans. But look at that. That's all. That is all poo. I mean, these guys are eating quite well. And the only thing I could think of to do is, and there's another dried bug bit. But since there's Mankai in here, since there's Springtails in here, those are silvers right there, I believe, is to divide this thing into 2 more bins. And not either that or take out all the adults and wait for any Mankai in here to grow up and then just keep taking them out. So, or at least take out half the substrate that's in here and then do that. Because I don't want to destroy anybody. And there's another nice pattern one. And throw out the babies with the bathwater, so to speak. But yeah, they are eating everything like mad. Just pretty amazing the chompage these guys can do. But yeah, this Lotto mix has got it's got a little of everything. Calicos aren't my favorite. Some people like them unless they're different, like a yellow, or maybe really bright like a lava. What's that? Oh, that's different. I bet you that's one of Stephanie Risberg's. Look at that, but it doesn't just have a black butt, it's got black spots on it too. It's got little white antennae. Look at that. Interesting. I wonder what the genetics are going to turn out to be like with this. But yeah, that's what I like about the Lotto mixes. I mean, okay, Whitey, get out of the way. You get so many different things popping up, you just never know. Pretty cool. So I don't mind Lotto mixes at all. Wow, there's another fluctuating digestive tract. That is so cool when I get to, you know, get in tight on some of these shots and you find that. That is so odd. There's that funny guy again. That is something else. Alright, Mr. Calico. Was that a calico or an orange? Move your butt. It's going to be really neat to see what this turns out to be. I think she's isolating these. I'm going to have to find out if she's got body spots on hers. Or just the black heinies. But I need to get around to isolating some of mine. And seeing if different things can pop up. But one of the reasons why I haven't is because I just don't have the room. Since I sort of was gifted a whole bunch of other types too, which I hadn't had before. So I'm going to try to make a go on some of them. Some of them will probably just go ahead and sell. I can't tell if that's I think that's just a calico. But yeah. See, there he is next to a red. Can't get the darn lighting right. It's not exactly reddish, it's sort of orangey. Pretty cool. See how I get distracted? I just love looking through bug boxes. Started out with a video about bugs that are, the isopods that are eating a lot and creating a lot of deep litter, and you just start scrolling through your bugs here, and yeah, I know technically they're crustaceans, not bugs, but that's pretty cool. Alrighty, yeah, I'm definitely going to split up this culture and probably, like I say, remove half the substrate, aka frass, aka isopod poop, into another bin to hopefully get the babies and stuff, and then either keep the other half intact. I'm sure there'll still be some adults in there, and just wait for the babies to grow up and then take them out and go from there.